Welcome to ModiMakes.
What's good, everybody? My name is Modi, this is ModiMakes, and today we're going to be getting back to some classic content after the large-scale projects I've been working on for the last few weeks and make a character-driven canvas for y'all. So let's just jump right into it and have some fun, shall we? First, I'm going to start by grabbing a good old Goodwill canvas that I picked up that's already painted entirely black, but not for long, because the first thing that we're going to do is hit it with a nice vibrant yellow spray can. It's pretty much already dead, so I'm just gonna cover as much area in the center there as I can in roughly a circular shape. Then I'm going to encircle that yellow color with an orange and try to fade it in relatively nicely so that it has a sort of highlighted effect to it. And then finally, I'm going to come in with a violet-ish maroon color and hit the corners and around the edges of the canvas, creating sort of a shaded effect and really bringing home this sunburst look that I'm going for on the background. Alright, with a nice simple gradiented canvas background all set up and good to go, it's time to bring it over to the studio for some sketching. It's going to be hard to tell what I'm going for here because the background colors, while they are pretty bright in some areas, since they're sitting on top of a black, are fairly dark, and I think I actually like the look of that, but it does mean that the pencil doesn't show up super well, at least especially not on camera. I'm just going to be freehanding this sketch today because it's not going to be super complicated and intricate like some of my designs are sometimes, so I think that, you know, I can get away with the proportions being a little bit off, and I think I'm going to be able to transfer it over fairly accurately without having to do my normal doodle grid and transfer paper method. And once I have all those sketch lines all set up and ready to go, it's time to get into the painting process and pull out those posca pens. As I always do, I'm going to start by hitting every single line on there with a black first to set up all my line work and know exactly where all my fills will need to be put in. I'm going to be going for a pretty wild looking alligator type character jumping in the air doing a little heel click with his tongue hanging out and carrying around a few solid balloons of different varieties and colors and a nice little flag with the sun and clouds on it in a bright sunny sky and my name going across that being Modi. And then I'm going to go over and fill in all the black areas first. Now, starting with these balloons, of course I want to bring in some nice colors here, but I still want to keep them sort of creepy and sinister looking, as I tend to do with my Blue Meanie style. The first one on the left here is going to be a rather intimidating looking smiling face with some X'd out eyes. Then there's going to be just sort of a normal-ish looking balloon in the middle, and on the far right is going to be a horror movie style bee. Being a horror movie just because of those vacuous eyes dripping out black ink, you know. These are all going to be held in the alligator's hand from an octopus's tentacles web of giant strings that have very large variety in their weight and thickness going throughout to give it a nice amount of motion and some beautiful line work to play with. Then moving down from there, we have the flag that moves from a sunny blue sky day with a single white cloud on the top to my name in the middle, and then on the lower swooping section, it's got a sunset lit evening of a red sky with a pink cloud going into some nice furled out tassels at the very bottom. Kind of campy looking, and I think it just adds to the goofy nature of the character himself. But it is a flag that I think I kind of want to produce, actually. I feel like it'd be nice to have an also it would make kind of a cool headband too. So that's something for me to keep in mind for the future. And then getting to the alligator himself, he has this ginormous circular kind of whale shark-like mouth at the front with his teeth sticking directly forward. I'm sure that that wouldn't be useful for anything, but I think it looks cool, so that's all that really matters. And of course his classic blue meanies half-lidded eyes and a giant tongue coming out of that huge circular mouth in the front, leaning over with a couple drops of spit coming off of it. And he's got this very nice S shape to his body, going from the head all the way down to the tip of the tail, where you can see both his back spikes going along the left edge of his body there, and his more textured stomach underbelly area going in the inner curve of the S there. And I wanted to add some patterning to break up this larger area of just green in the body here, so I went with my triangular striped pattern that really turns into this nice undulating S-curved line that goes up the side of the body there. And I just find this pattern to be really interesting, and it breaks up those larger areas that makes them less monotonous and just more compelling to look at. All the colors laid down, it's time to go over all the line work again and make sure it's just as clean as possible. And once you've completed that, you'll have yourself a nice goofy alligator boy to do whatever you want with, I guess. Put up on the wall or wherever have you. Well, there you have it, my peoples. Camp Croc is complete. And yeah, I know I said it was an alligator earlier, and I just decided to change it because I can do that because it's my creation, and I decided that Camp Croc worked as a better name than Camp Alligator, so it's a crocodile now. You gotta deal with it. But I like this design. I think it's pretty, you know, just relatively chill, very much in my wheelhouse. I just kind of decided I wanted to do something more classic, a little less mentally and physically tasking than the stuff I've been doing for the last few weeks, because I just needed sort of a break with this week. But I do really like how the design came out. I think it's fun. I think it's got good composition. I like the colors. I like the character design in general. I think the line work turned out really clean, and yeah, I think there's a lot to this without it being, you know, just super challenging, and it doesn't always have to be like that. But let me know what you guys think of the piece down in the comments below, and let me know if you have any questions about this video or any other video I've made. I'll be happy to read through them all and respond to them personally, as I always do. And you know, if you like the video, go ahead and give me a like. That would be fantastic. And if you like me, you like the channel, and you want to help support me, the #1 thing that you can do is to subscribe. I really couldn't thank you enough if you did. It means the world to me. With all that out of the way, and without further ado, let's get in those final shots, shall we?
Thanks for watching.